Welcome back. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is the tale of Azarath the Scoundrel.
Some people ask me why I won't stick to one job and settle down. Yeah, because real men spend their lives.
What was that?
Someone do something!
Should you start drying now?
That spell looks dangerous. Keep your distance.
Now ain't this a surprise?
We've stopped. You're not going to fire me, are you?
No, you're fairly young for someone living out on his own.
I'm of age, and a man grown. I can grow whiskers on my cheeks just like any old Nord. People treat me differently because of my station, but they still respect me as a man, which is more than I could say for my father. The last time I saw the old toad, all he did was bark orders and gripe. He complained my pheasant roast was overcooked. He nearly slapped me when I poured his beer and left a less than frothy head. And then he berated me the entire time I cleared his table.
Sounds like a volatile household.
Yeah, but at least when he's eating, he keeps his mouth shut. The worst part is afterward,
Oh.
when he starts spouting racist nonsense. Elves poisoning our food, elves stealing our children, and don't tell him there's a difference between the elven races, let alone Altmer and Thalmor. They're all Thalmor maggots to him. Listening to the old man makes me ashamed to call myself a Nord.
Any siblings?
Just one, a sister. A real snobby bitch and obsessed with gold. Saving it, to be precise, which would be fine if she had a sense of humor about it. Whenever we went to the market in Whiterun, she'd always harass the vendors until they gave her a discount, just to make her leave. Poor Carlotta. Here she was, trying everything in her power to feed her children, and my sister shakes her down for every last septum. When we left, I told my sister, if there was one thing she didn't need any amulet or potion for, it was to become a master of cheap craft. That pretty much severed whatever relationship we had. My sister holds a grudge as tight as she holds her coin purse.
And what about your mother?
My mother is a kind woman. She always compliments me on my meals and tells me how proud she is to have me for a son. That's its own dilemma. When even I can tell my potage has no flavor, it's tough to appreciate the kindness of her words. While lies of deceit are born as spiders and die as flies, white lies can wilt like a rose and leave nothing but thorns.
I bet your old man is equally as ashamed of you.
You're probably right. That's the only thing satisfying about the work I do, that he has to tell people what became of his son. Granted, he probably lies and tells people I joined the Stormcloaks, or that I died in some heroic battle defending Skyrim from the Thalmor menace. The sad part is, my ambition isn't that far off from his ideal. Adventurers and soldiers both require courage, only the battlefield is different.
Alright, well that's enough about your family.
And I've had enough of talking about them, as it were. At least to anyone who isn't a patron.
Alright, well we need to trade some things.
She wonders if there is snow in elsewhere.
Of course. Just throw everything in the sack. And if you see my shoe brush somewhere in there, let me know. Right behind you.
So really, you like the, light-heavy mix? Interesting.
You know, I could have sworn he told me to hold on to some ore and metal we picked up on the road, but I My sack is empty.
Your sack better not be empty. Anyway, I usually keep the ore and metal. Fourth of first seed. I guess being Bosmer really does give me away with animals. This little fox wandered up to me today, bold as brass, and started begging for treats. I didn't have anything on me at the time but a sweet roll, but it seemed to like that well enough. I wonder if this gift with animals works on horses, would make stealing them dead easy. 15th of first seed. The furry nuisance won't leave me alone. It's been following me everywhere, even down into the sewers. At least it's quiet enough that it won't alert the guards. First of Rain's hand. The fox has a real nose for sniffing out valuables. Just this morning she dug a silver locket out of the mud. I never would have seen it if she hadn't started pawing at the ground. She must be attracted to shiny things. Can't say I blame her, really. 9th of Rain's hand. Finding Sweet Roll has turned out to be the best stroke of luck I've had in a while. She's got better eyes and instincts than any thief I've ever met, including Vex. I can't remember the last time my coin purse was this heavy. I'm starting to jingle like a battalion of Imperials when I walk. 25th of Rain's hand. I think I'll try out this animal taming thing on the wolves outside of town. Some of the other thieves have been eyeing me recently. They would think twice about jumping me if I had a wolf at my heels. Interesting. So then I take it you're Sweet Roll. Hey there, Sweet Roll. Want a treat? Alright. I fed you a Sweet Roll. Come with me? I have an actual pet now. properly, Bosmer. Alright, a kitty, a fox, a Thalmor, a mercenary. Oh, did he wear off? He did. Well, that's too bad. Oh, I wonder where his corpse is. Oh. A mud crab. Multiple mud crabs. Reminds me of my time back in Cyrodiil. People were always talking about mud crabs. How they'd seen one the other day. That's right. I was looking for the corpse. Or ash pile, as the case may be. Came from relatively this way, I think. I mean, that is the problem with zombies. You want them to be really useful, you need to leave their gear on them. But then you risk losing that gear if and when you lose the zombie.
Trolls are strong and powerful, but terribly slow. And you can't damage what you can't hit. I just tire them out and strike the killing blow.
Alright, well, you see that troll way over there? Fighting something? We're gonna leave it alone. Oh no, it's directly in our path, though. Alright then, we're going to summon a flame atronach. Well, that kitty certainly is brave. Definitely have to give her that. Hey, lackey, minion, charge in there. Good work. Rise, troll, and serve.
Your skin is so strange. You paint yourself, yes?
Well, that cost me my elf, though. Oh well.
There's a lot of good alchemy ingredients in this forest.
Good to know.
Yes?
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing out here in the wilderness?
I'm making camp.
Ah, alright. Do you get many travelers in these parts?
None that bothered to stop. Although, there was that Nord from Riften who spent the night.
This is a long way from
True.
Riften.
And he'd been travelling for a long time. But men like that always have character.
Do you live in these woods?
No? I didn't intend to, anyway.
Where do you normally live?
I'm from Solitude.
Solitude's a fine city.
What about it do you like?
The public executions.
Are you sure you aren't thinking of Helgen? Executions are all that city has. Or all it used to have.
Do you have trouble navigating the forest?
A little. My mother taught me the ways of the wilderness, but I never imagined it would be so difficult in practice. The moss grows on all sides of the tree. The stars are too numerous to count. The wind blows in all directions. If not for the turn of the moons, I'd have no sense of where I am.
Ah, does it get lonely out here?
No, I have the trees and the flower beds to keep me company. There's also Yorick.
Yorick?
The big stone head by the campfire.
Yorick, I like it. Sounds strong but gentle.
I don't know if it's a proper Nord name, but he doesn't really have a say.
If you're from Solitude, what brought you to Falkreath?
That's a long story. I came to Falkreath on a rumour, and now I'm actually lost. In more ways than one.
What do you mean you're lost in more ways than one?
I'd rather not. It's somewhat private, and besides, I'm not much for words.
Unless you tell me I can't help you, but you have to provide more details.
I'm sorry. It's been so long and I've almost lost all hope.
Tell me what's bothering you.
It was many months ago, during the burning of King Olaf. A lot of travellers came to the Skeever after the festival. I overheard 3 strangers talking. 3 men from 3 separate holds. All had passed through this forest. All with a similar story. Mother always said, once is a fluke, twice is a coincidence. 3 times meant a rumour was worth your ear.
What was the rumor?
One of the men said he saw a werewolf. Another claimed it was a sload. The third said it was a naga. They didn't agree on much, but whatever it was, it used to be a woman. A wood elf. Like me. Lisette said it was the ale talking. She could always see through men's lies, so maybe she was right. But if there's a chance, I won't leave. I can't.
This wood elf, do you know her by chance?
She's my mother.
And what makes you think she's here?
She often came to this forest. She loved how green the pines were, how lush the grass was, how if you listen closely to the chorus of insects you could almost make out the words, and how the forest here couldn't be more different, yet somehow reminded her so much of Valenwood.
How long has she been gone?
To be honest, I've lost track of the days.
This, this transformation the travelers described, what is it?
My mother told me that Bosmer, we have the power to transform into beasts that are not of this world. If there's a chance that this thing is my mother, maybe I can help her, reach her somehow.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll do my best to look out for her.
Thank you.
Tell me about your mother.
She was a fiery woman. Nothing like me. Yet she could be graceful when she wanted to, and kind when I needed her to. She loved to tell me stories about Valenwood, about cities that walked, and the creatures that rode them. She said there were beetles the size of horse carts, and plants so colourful they put the aurora to shame. She loved Valenwood so much. I almost take comfort in thinking she found a way back.
What about your father?
I never knew him. Sometimes I think Mother chose solitude because it would be the last place he'd look for us.
Alright. So this Nord you mentioned earlier, did he have any good stories to tell?
He did. But I'm warning you, you won't like how I tell it.
I'm sure you'll tell it just fine.
Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. The tale I remember best was about his adventure in the Reach. One night it was very dark and cold, and he was frightened. Then, when he felt all was lost, a voice shouted out, "The blood's all below your waist!" No. Wait. That part comes later? Ify's bones, I really messed it up, didn't I?
Yeah, well, you did warn me. I've heard worse.
Somehow I doubt that. But thanks.
Well, you're welcome. I'll keep an eye out for your mother. Interesting lady. You are the person we saw fighting the troll, right? Who's a cute little fox? You're a cute little fox. Oh, this is her camp, I take it. So then... this must be Yorick. Greetings, Yorick.
Stendar's mercy. Yeah, I think I broke one of your items. No, wait. False alarm. It was one of mine. Don't worry, your things are safe with me.
Good to know.
I can take you.
Crap, there's two of them. Ah, they're susceptible to calm. Excellent.
Something touched us. Oh, it's her tail. False alarm.
Alright, if I reanimate it now, then that'll destroy my troll. But the clan fear will disappear in a moment. So, there we go. Now let's see, can I reanimate a Spriggan? Rise, Spriggan, and serve. There's a dead alchemist floating over here. Interesting. Oh, more ore. Oh, I was hoping some of its friends were close by. You guys killed the other bandit?
Now wait, this is a surprise.
You're smart, Sweet Roll, staying out of the fight. Dear Mercy, I'm afraid it's my only chance to pass you a message. I've packed the satchel in a great hurry. I wish I could have gathered everything we've talked of. Here is some money, everything I was able to get. The only weapon I could find was this knife. It's better than nothing. Run. Never trust anyone of our kin. One more thing. I give you this ring, for you to always remember who you are.
Well, what did the note say? Don't keep her waiting, and hurry, would you?
It says that whoever holds this piece of paper owns you.
But it can't be. And there must be her name. Surely it's there.
Yes, but I don't see that it's important. Your name will be whatever I say.
Give it to her. She has to know.
If you ever snatch something from my hands again, Cat, I'll cut off yours.
Don't threaten her. And her name is Mrisi. Mrisi. Don't call her anything else.
A slave doesn't talk back to her master.
just wanted to know her name.
I wonder how much this ring would be worth.
That ring is hers. She remembers. It's important, somehow. That part she cannot remember. It doesn't bring any of her memories back.
Later. You owe me for the mercs.
Please don't. It's all she has of her past. She will do anything.
Anything?
No. She won't let you do what you're thinking of. But please, if you will take her to find a jeweler that can tell her of the ring, she won't disobey anymore.
I wasn't thinking of anything like that. Open your backpack. Good girl. Open your backpack again.
Does she have the choice to refuse?
No, she does not. Alright, open your satchel.
Don't make her carry too much. Let's go, eh?
Indeed. Good girl. Though that merchant we encountered in Riverwood, he might know something about this ring. But I don't know that I care to investigate that. We had other things to do. And fine, you can keep your name for now.
No, that won't do. She can't think of a name for a bow. Can you help her? She knew she smelled trouble. She stays close.
Alright. Let's see about this house. And this fight. Oh, we're not all that far off from there. Alright, where's the road? Should be on it soon. You get this path. No. This way then.
You know, I've always imagined adventure in my head, but because of you, I get to live out my dream in the flesh. Thank you.
push her.
Alright, who is pushing my cat? Ah, here's the proper road.
Don't care. Leave.
I don't have time for this foolishness. Now come along quietly, and we won't have to get rough.
Oh, I've lost my troll. That's tragic. You still have a Spriggan though, right? Right. Well, I think I'm about to have a saber cat. Good job. Where is it? There you are.
Go with this armor. It's like you're trying to suffocate her.
It's light armor. You should be good.
with that fire.
I received your letter.
I understand. Fight or die well. You're mine.
I've killed a dragon or two in my day. The secret is to stay in one of their blind spots, right? Around the neck.
Well, that was,
Comfortable armor.
I'm sure you were expecting more of an even fight. I don't know why you would have expected that, though. I'm not some honorable warrior or anything like that. Those days are long behind me. So it looks like we have a house. With an alchemy setup. And an enchanting one as well. We've got a nice hearth here. An oven. Little bar set up. Oh, a bed. A whole bunch of books. Interesting. Safe. A Shrine of Akatosh. Interesting. Sure, why not? I'll accept Akatosh. Oh, a couple of smaller beds. But say they're owned by someone. Interesting. Oh, and a chest. Let's see. Mannequins. Lots of weapon racks and display cases. Interesting. And a mammoth's tusk. And to see what Azarath does with the spoils of Pendraheim, you'll have to turn into the next episode of The Tale of Azarath the Scoundrel, starring yours truly, some guy you've never heard of, as Azarath the Scoundrel.